This call is now being recorded.
Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to discuss about various topics like leadership, communication, conflicts and negotiation, organization structure, and power and politics. First of all, I welcome Diljo to discuss about leadership.
Today I'm going to deal with the topic leadership. There's a quote: "If your action inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more, you are a leader." So, in every organization, a leader is very important, and for the success of an organization, there should be a leader. And some of the qualities of a leader are innovative. Innovative peoples are always open to new ideas and discussion. And honesty. The leader should have been honesty. Uh, Active listening. Active listening is an excellent quality to have when it's come to leadership. Self confidence. The leader should have, first of all, he should have self confidence. Strong communicators. And effective leaders know how to put across his message accurately. Decision making skill. Uh, Great leaders are decides and know how to make decisions that help the organization. So in every organization, uh, there should have a great role in leaders. Without a successful leader, there will not be a successful group.
Today, I would like to talk about the topic communication. So, what is communication? So, basically, communication is the imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or any other medium. So, the major functions of communication is that why do we use communication? So, the major functions are to control, to motivate, emotional expression, and for information. So, these are the things which we use communication. Communication can be of upward, downward, or lateral. Downward communication, as we all know, it's like the employee procedures, feedback, etc. And upward communication is the type of communication which we use in business context, like when we are communicating with the higher authorities. And lateral communication is the communication between the members of the same group. And another one is grapevine communication. It is a type of communication. It's just an informal type of communication, and it's usually done like gossiping or like examples of those kind. Another type of communication is that, like, let's see the contrast of oral, written, and nonverbal communication. Anything which is conveyed in the form of speech, like what I am doing now, is the oral communication. Conveying messages, meetings, video conferencing, telephone, these are all comes under oral communication. And the written communication is the thing which is written, like examples of letter, PowerPoint, email, instant messaging, social media, the one which we do every day. We use to message people, and that comes under written type of communication. And the non-verbal communication is the type of communication which is conveyed through our body language. We Without even any words, we the other one understand what we mean by our body language. That is non-verbal communication. And there are many barriers to communication. So some of the barriers are inability to listen to others, or we are not interested in the topic, conflicts, language, external noise, etc. All these are communication barriers. Yeah, that's all a brief idea about communication.
Today I will be dealing with conflict and negotiation. So first we will look what is conflict. Conflict is a process that begins when one party perceives that another party has negatively affected or is about to negatively affect something that the first party cares about. So it's about two or three persons in an organization where they will be having different views for different things. Basically, we can tell the conflict in simple words like that. There are two different types of views of conflicts: traditional and interrationality conflicts. And there are three types of conflicts. One is task conflict, one is relationship conflict, and process conflict. One task conflict relates to the content and goals of the work. It usually takes the exact meaning and what to be achieved at the achieve at the work. Next one is relationship conflict, focuses on interpersonal relationships. This must be between two persons conflicts. Next is process conflict, is about how the work gets done. So this is completely based on a work and how it's going to be implemented. Next one is negotiation. Negotiation. Then what is negotiation? Negotiation is a process in which two or more parties exchange goods or service and attempt to agree upon an exchange rate for them. So simply we can tell that two or more persons who have exchanging goods or service, they will be having a rate for their exchange in a decent manner. So that is called negotiation. There are few contracts, distributing and interrogative bargaining. First, we will look on what is distributive or bargaining. Distributive bargaining means it's a short time bargaining, and interrogative bargaining means it's a long time bargaining process. There are 5 steps of negotiation process. First is preparation and planning. Next one is definition of ground rules, clarification and justification, bargaining and problem solving, and closure and implementation. Then we assess the roles and functions of third party negotiation. When two or more persons are negotiating, the negotiation doesn't go in a good manner. So there will be a mediator who can solve the issues with the negotiators and end up with a good negotiations. So that's all about conflicts and negotiation. Thank you.
So my topic is about organizational structure. Organizational structure means it's a system that outlines how certain activities are directed in order to achieve the goals of an organization. So these activities can be like rules, roles, and responsibilities. Organizational structures are determined how the information flows between the levels of the company. For example, in a centralized structure, decisions are flowed from top line to bottom. But in the case of decentralized structure, decision making power is distributed amongst the various levels of the organization. So there are mainly 6 elements in the organizational structure. First one, work specialization. Each works are subdivided into separate jobs and it's assigned to separate individuals. Second one is departmentalization and grouping jobs together so common tasks can be coordinated, and it's like separating the jobs into different departments and so on. And the next one is chain of command. Chain of command means it's unbroken lines of authority that extend from top to bottom. There will be commands from a top level to the bottom level of the employees. Fourth one is span of control. Span of control means efficient and effectivity of directions of the employees. So to maintain the proper or to achieve the goals of the organization, there will, we need to make the works efficient and effective. Fifth one is about centralization and decentralization. Centralization means that The decisions are taken from the top levels of management and decisions are passed to the bottom level. In decentralization, decisions are taken from different levels of the groups. Then last one is for formalization. Formalization means to making the proper maintains in the organization. A formal structure should be maintained. So next is about in an organization, mainly there are three types of designs that are used, like symbol structure, metric structure organization, and bureaucracy. That's all from my side. Thank you.
The last topic is about power and politics. First of all, we should understand what is power. Power refers to a capacity in which a person will be able to influence the behavior of another person so that the person will act according to the other person's wish. The power may exist, but it cannot be used properly. Probably the most important aspect of power is that it is a function of dependence. A person can have power over another person only if he or she controls something you desire. There are five bases of power, and we can classify it into two: formal power and personal power. In the formal power, there are three types of power, that is, coercive power, reward power, legitimate power. And in the personal power, there are two types of powers. The first one is expert power, and the second one is referent power. The next one is the role of dependence in power relationship. The role of dependence in power relationship is connected with importance, scarcity, and non-substitutability. Another topic is about connection between sexual harassment and abuse of power. Sexual harassment is an unwanted activity of sexual nature that affect an individual's employment, and it also create a hostile working environment. It is known to everyone that sexual harassment will create a negative impact on the working environment. For example, as per studies and reports, about 30 to 40 percentage of employees are facing or they have faced some sort of sexual harassment in their organization. And in the last year, Mitsubishi paid about $34 million in order to solve a sexual harassment case. So it is clear that sexual harassments are commonly occurring in organization, and it is the responsibility of a manager to take proper care in solving or controlling the sexual harassments. That's all about power and politics. I think we can now conclude the meeting.